So guys, as you can see here, what he says is that just 7% of the effectiveness of communication is based on words, on the actual words we use, which means the actual meaning of each one of our words. But as you can see, the non-verbal communication might be the most important part of the whole thing because he says that 38% of it depends on the tone of voice, right? And that's something we explored this week when we studied the emphatic auxiliary forms and how in the case of to be, the tone of voice makes a whole difference. So we saw how in the case of the rest of the verbs, we would use the auxiliary form, right? Like I do understand what you say, and that it's part of what makes a difference, but also the tone of voice plays a key role. But in the case of the verb to be, it's just a tone of voice, which means that the tone of voice is certainly very important. But apart from that, Mehrabian says that 50% of the message of an effective message depends on our body language. That's what he says. And well, what we might say like, that's not very reliable. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. Well, it's just a theory, but it's interesting. I would say that this is um, very interesting to think about that possibility of 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 percentages in communication. And the reason why I'm saying this, there's another article about that. Let me see. Yes, he's a professor from the UCLA. I'm sure now. It's not here, but yeah. Anyways, yep. So what he says, what the reason why I'm saying this is that, well, our activity today has to do with body language specifically. So even it might look or it might sound a little bit like just an activity for fun or something, but actually no. The thing is that as we learn to speak another language, and I mean, once again, when we think about the very first thing I said this semester, we said that we wanted to focus a lot on communicating effectively, right? Which means that and if you have been, let's say, taking note of the reflections we've made, we said, okay, we're going to focus on communicating effectively. That's the very first thing we are going to say. And to do that, we must note that one thing are the rules that we use for, you know, drafting ideas basically, and the other thing is the conventions. There is a difference. So one thing is to know how to express something, how to say something, how to put ideas together. Whole different thing is to put them in a way which is appropriate for certain context or certain purpose, and that has to do with the conventions. And now we are also talking about those aspects which are not necessarily linguistic, not even verbal, but tone of voice and body language. So apart from learning new words and learning more about structures and stuff, it's also very important to improve the way we communicate in terms of our body language and non-linguistic aspects of it. So our body language and the tone of voice is essential. It's key to communicate effectively. According to Mehrabian, that's a vast majority of the whole thing, right? So the most important, according to him, is the body language and on the tone of voice. That's what he says. I'm not 100% sure about it, but at least it's an opportunity for us to reflect. So that's why today's activity is so interesting, so important, because it's going to give us that feeling, just to see how, guys, you made an effort to express something with your body language, and that's it. Okay, guys. So if that's okay with you, I'll give you from 2 to 3 minutes just to get ready. Something that I wanted to suggest, I just forgot it. It would be really cool. It would be really cool if you, I mean, what's the title of your video? The line that you guys are going to pantomime. So it would be really cool if we had the video and at the end we had like a little slide with the text of the line that I assigned you. So if you don't have, I mean, chances are that you don't have that in the video, no big deal. But it would be really cool if you make a slide just with that line, okay? So at once you present your video, you present that slide so we see the text, big, and we can make a couple of comments about that. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, it would be just to copy paste your line on a big slide so we can see that once you guys have presented your videos. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 5 minutes just to put everything together, and then we'll be back here and we'll start watching the videos. Okay, so let's go, guys. Let me just open the rooms so you guys can go there and get ready, and then we'll be back here just to start. So let's go, guys. And for you to shine, if that's okay with you. So, guys, you've got the stage.
Yes, teacher, one moment, please.
Okay. I don't know if you knew, but today is
Give me a second.
International Day of Coffee.
Give me a second,
Okay,
teacher.
Clara, we're waiting. So today we are celebrating the International Day of Coffee. That's quite something. I mean, coffee is one of the things that I love the most in life. That's why every single day you see me here with enjoying sharing with you and having some coffee, of course. hmm You know what, David? Apart from that, yesterday, yesterday was the birthday of my favorite video game, Age of Empires. So I was thinking about that just a couple of minutes ago, and I was like, wow, it's a very special week. It should be my birthday tomorrow or something, and it would be just complete. But no, it's not my birthday. Anyway, so let's see, guys. Let's see, guys, what you have put together. Let's see.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Do not forget to share sound also. Oh, seriously, Valeria? Wow. But anyways, do not forget to share audio as well. Okay. So it's video with audio. Oh, I'm so stupid. Forget about it. There is no audio. I just remember. Whatever. Okay, guys, please.
don't now.
No, no, no.
Eh,
I mean, there is no audio. It's just because I saw a video and that was my reaction. But please, you may play it now.
espérame.
Yep. You can start.
Pena.
Yeah, please play it. Uh, It sounds like it might be from there, right? Right. There you go, guys. Would you please share the line with us? Have you got this slide with the line complete there so we can read it as well?
The line.
Yes.
Mm, Es que, ¿cómo lo digo?
Yeah, we just need to see the text now. Now, so what's that? Because I would like to make that little part a little. Okay, it's right here on the chat. It is a wise father that knows his own child. So okay, so I assume that the character you played on the left must be the father, right? But it is a wise father that knows his own child. It is a wise father that knows his own child. By the way, this might sound like something very obvious, but we know that this is not modern English, so that's why there are some structures that sound a little bit confusing, or even structures or expressions that are not used today. Um, this is not the best example of that, but there are many. So it is a wise father that knows his own child. Okay. Yes, you wanted to say something. Okay, and that's from The Merchant of Venice. That's another very important play from William Shakespeare. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing with us. That was interesting to see. It's nice to see you out of your comfort zone. That's really cool. Okay, guys, so that means that we are going to continue with the group number 6, which is Diana, Laura, and Nicolas. Guys, we'd love to see you
Okay,
there.
teacher.
If you don't have the slide with the title of your line itself, well, you may share it on the chat box if
We
that's
do the slide, teacher.
even better. Great.
And you see my screen? Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it now. Okay, okay, let's see, let's see. Okay, okay, I like it. So let's see what the line is.
The line is this, teacher.
I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad. Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Let's read between lines here. I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad. I just remember there is a I think there is a saying in Spanish which is related to that, but oh, I just don't remember it. Well, okay, my question is, guys, how did you understand this line yourselves? I think it's clear, but I'd like to see how you guys understood that. If you had to explain that in other words.
Mm, I don't
No?
know, teacher. So we saw behind the phrase.
Mm-hmm.
So we read more about
Mm-hmm.
this part of the text, and we noticed that it was a woman that she didn't like the rich man. For that
Mm-hmm.
reason, she prefers a man who has good feelings or something like that. So
Excellent. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, that strategy you used was absolutely optional, but it was really good. I mean, of course, if you see the sentence, because remember, this is not a phrase.
okay, yeah,
If you see
sorry,
the
teacher.
sentence in context, that 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 would make a huge difference. Um, so I like it. Great, great, and that's basically what I mean. What we can understand even without context, right? So it's basically
Yes.
a person who says that his or her happiness would come out of simple things and not from something deeper, such as experience, and in that case, money, as you said.
Yeah,
Thank you very
exactly.
much. Thank you very much for that, guys. I love it. That
Okay,
was really
teacher. Thank
cool.
you.
That was really cool. I just received a message from the audience. I mean, it's not the audience, it's Clara who wanted to clarify something from the previous play. They said the father is blind and the son tells him how he, I think, has wisdom to recognize, and wisdom represents as a dove, and there he manages to recognize the son when the dove arrived. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Clara. Okay, guys, so far so good. I like what I've seen so far. So now we're gonna continue with the group number 4, guys. Camila, Buja, Camila Navarro, and Melissa, if you will, guys. We would love to see your video. That's a beauty of literature, you know, when you get to see and understand things that way. Uh, so let's see. Oh, you're actually guys already sharing with us the line. I must be cruel only to be kind. Okay, let's see. Transmillennial going on there, right? It makes a lot of sense to me, actually. I love it. That was very intelligent, actually. That was super clear. That's one of the best examples of that line. I really love it. I must be cruel only to be kind. I get it. So sometimes perhaps people in transmillennium, I mean, they just fight over a seat so they can offer that seat to a person who needs it more. That makes a lot of sense. That was super sharp, super intelligent, guys. I love it. That was really good. Okay, no more comments. I mean, it's super clear. I like it. So let's continue then with number 7. That's David Torres and Magdalena Ojeda.
Okay, teacher. Let me show the
That was a
screen.
very good representation, Camila. I love it. I must be cruel only to be kind. Love it. You could even say that on Transmillennial anytime. You say you can even cite, you can even quote Hamlet when on a Transmillennial. That's interesting. Okay, guys, let's see. Okay, okay. I think it's also super clear, right? It's very, very clear, and we all understood it very easily. Men of few words are the best of men. So nothing else to say, right? Super, super clear. Thank you very much, guys. Of course, there are some lines which are a little bit more complex and they require, like doing more other crazy things. But there are some others like this, which even though they are simple, they also require to be very clear. So the challenge is slightly different, but still there is a challenge in every single line. So that means that we're going to continue with the group number 3, and that's Ana Maria, Diego, and Valeria.
Okay, teacher. Okay. Pantalla. Are you seeing my screen?
Let's see. Yep, I can see it
Oh.
now.
Oh, one moment. Oh, yes. Okay.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his place, in his time plays many parts. Okay, I think it was also very descriptive, let's say, and it was really interesting to see how you guys used like actual objects, you see, to describe your line word by word. But you know what? I'd like to read it again because it's very nice. I mean, this line is very interesting. I would like to read it again if that's okay with you guys. So look at that, guys. This is a very interesting line. All the world's a stage. You see, the whole world is a stage. It's un escenario. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. Wow, I love it. I mean, this line is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great, guys. Thank you very much for that. Great, great. I think it was also very, very self-explaining. I think this is clearly one of my favorite lines in regarding the content of it specifically. Okay, guys, great. So that means we're gonna continue now with the group number 8. That's Ashley, Dylan, and Maria Alejandra. You
Okay,
see, so
teacher.
there you go.
Give me a second.
Sure.
Mm.
You have used different kinds of strategies to depict your lines, and that's something I like. Some of you have been very literal. Some others have used some really cool imaginary behind. So wow. Okay, guys, let's see. So wait a minute, you know what? It's a little bit like a stock. It's not very fluid. Let's see if we can play it again because it was like a little bit
Oh, okay.
slow.
Sorry. My internet.
I don't know if it's the internet necessarily, but yeah, look, it's very stuck, like it doesn't flow very well. I don't know if you could perhaps project it from another device, so that could help a little bit because as
I think
as it
for
sort of
so.
as it stops a little bit, it's a little bit harder to follow the
One
whole thing.
moment, teacher. One
Sure,
moment.
sure, sure. So guys,
Wait, wait. Okay, now.
okay, yep. I shouldn't have said anything about the weather. Suddenly it's getting super cloudy and dark. That's sad. Okay, you guys ready? There you go. So let's see. Wow, okay, there is lots of content. There is lots of content. Oh, it's a little bit paused again. Hmm. But I think we could watch it a little bit better
What
this time.
happened?
I don't know. It's a little bit paused, but I don't know if it's I don't know. Hmm. But anyways, if you will, you can share it
Play it again,
also.
teacher?
Yes, let's try once again, and let's see what happens because I don't know exactly why this is happening. It's a little bit better this time, but
Yes.
yeah,
No.
it's better. It's better, but there's lots of content. I've been trying to read all the performance. Let's have a look at the line so we can see it in context as well.
Okay. Maria Alejandra, please.
Because this is a similar case to the
Yeah.
previous line, the one from Diego. It's as it is lots of content. It requires all this expression and it's a little bit harder. The quality of mercy is not strained. It dropped as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. Wow. Once again, as I said, there are a couple of expressions which are not very used today. I mean, this dropped, this is the past form of drop, but with a structure which is not used anymore. So the quality of mercy is not strength. What's strength, guys? How do you explain that?
Tensa.
Yeah, but what it means here is that the quality of mercy is not forced, let's say. So, which means that a person who is merciful, I mean, not a person, but the mercy itself is not something that you need to force, but something that flows naturally. And that's why he uses the image of rain, you see? So mercy itself is something you don't force. It's something that that comes as Johanna was showing, is something that comes like rain from heaven, you see, mercy. And it got upon the place beneath, which is what is under it, you see. It is twice blessed. What does it mean, guys? Blessed in this context. What did you guys found? What did you guys find? I'm sorry. It is twice blessed. What does it mean, guys?
Bendecido.
Yeah, it's like, it's twice blessed. It's like, it's very blessed, let's say. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. So it means that mercy blesses the one or the person who is merciful, and the one who receives the mercy itself. You see, it's a very interesting and deep line. So at the end of the day, it says basically that mercy is something that is not forced. It's something that comes naturally, that it comes as the rain comes from heaven. And it is a double blessing, let's say. And it is a double blessing because it blesses the one who is merciful, but also the one who receives that mercy. You see, quite nice line, guys. I love it. Very, very good lines. Thank you very much for that, guys. I love it. And now that we see in context the representation by Johannet, I think it all makes sense now. Thank you. So we are going to continue with the group number 2, and that's John and Lena, at least here. So guys, you've got the stage. And Felipe, it's like you're not in the group here. I mean, you don't appear in the group here for some reason. But okay. So let's see. I just remember the line just by that contrast. Great. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. Wow. It's super clear, super self-explaining. The use of filters would help a lot, clearly. But actually, even if you didn't have the filters, still, we could understand it, I believe, because of expression. It was just fantastic, guys. Really, really like it. That's a line you could use to refer to someone who is not the way he or she is supposed to be. You see, there are lots of lines that you could use actually to refer to people here in a very elegant way, as you can see. Great, guys, I like it. Let's continue then with the group number 9. That's Angie and Erika, at least here in the list. So guys, you've got a stage. So let's see. Oh, it's a little bit
This is the
slow.
same. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
And this is the same thing.
Okay, but it was a little bit slow, you know, like we couldn't watch it. I don't know if you would like to try to share it once again.
Okay.
Good.
So
Let's
give me a
watch it again. Let's watch it again, and then we're gonna watch the sentence because it was a little bit slow as it
okay.
happened with the other video. And I hope it's not my internet. It doesn't seem like it's mine, but let's give it a second try. Okay, okay. Let's have a look at the line now. I think this is one of those examples in which we've got a line which is very literal as well. And that's also a very interesting option to explore. Let's say, guys. Yeah, you may share the line now if you
Oh
will.
yeah. Sorry, teacher.
No
Yeah, yeah.
worries.
This is the
Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Okay, guys. So we've got a couple of words here that we should clarify. So what do you guys find regarding thee and thy? What are these two words?
it refers to you, more or less.
Uh-huh. And well, actually, both of them. But basically, good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing to you. And
Mhm.
thy is the possessive form. So if we change it to modern English, would be and flights of angels sing to you and to your rest. That would be like the adaptation to modern English. There you go, guys. Very, very simple, yet very interesting to see these two words there. That's part of what we wanted as well. We are missing just a couple of groups more. We're going to continue with the number, with the first group, which in this case, is no one. We didn't have anyone in the group number 1. Group number 10 then, Alexander, Angie, Lorena, Michael, and Nicole, and then we finish with this. Hmm. So guys, yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys are going to share anything. I don't know if you guys heard me. We are just missing the last group, Alexander, Angie, Michael, Nicole.
Yeah, teacher, give me a second. I try to share the screen.
Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, guys, let's see. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Okay, let me see. Wow, wow. It's like that's a very challenging exercise. You see, when we try, I mean, that there are two things that are challenging. One thing is to try to search for meaning so you can create a videos, and the other thing is to put pieces together just to see how the video somehow encompasses what's on the line. So there you go. So what do you understand, guys, out of these lines? How do you understand that? Hmm? What's it like your reflection or something about that? No ideas? Nothing? Okay, well, that takes us to the next question, guys. As we have, by the way, guys, congratulations. It was a very nice job. I think it was exactly what we expected to achieve here. So I really, really like it. Um, but now I've got some questions for you guys. Some questions I would like you to reflect upon. Um, First, guys, how like we did two activities apart. I mean, one apart from this. So we, in one moment, we had to draw words, remember, and then with this exercise, we were pantomiming the lines. The question is, how did these two exercises somehow force you to search for meaning? You see, so how did you feel about that? When in the case of the words, you had to make a drawing, and now with the video, you had to use your body language to represent the lines. How did that force you to search for meaning? What would you say, guys, about that?
In my case, 100%.
Mhm.
In is because the words of the or the sentences were like well English, let's say. So we have to look for meaning in under to understand.
Let's start by that, right? Just the fact that the structure is not modern makes it, challenging, let's say. Thank you, Valeria, for sharing that. Anybody else, guys? Mm. Is that the only reflection? Like we would say, like it was hard because it was all English. That's it. I don't think so, right?
Well,
I
no,
mean,
teacher,
yeah,
maybe, okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, please.
Maybe because, well, we have in our heads like a meaning of the word, and
Uh-huh.
maybe putting in that context could be like a different way. So that's why we have like to go deeply in order to see what is the exactly meaning of that.
There you go. There you go. That's another way to put it. And once again, the way words are put together makes them. I mean, it makes expressions a little bit more complex, and the metrics as well, because this is not a regular text. This is not an extract from a movie, but these are plays. So the structures are different, and as you said, it's almost like translating, right? And that it's also challenging. I totally agree with that. Anything else, guys? One final remark, perhaps? No? No, no, no? Okay, guys. So I've got now an assignment for you, which is also very nice. And I would like you, this is how we are going to conclude with this. This is going to be the last exercise of this lesson on these expressions and everything. And also it's going to give us the opportunity for us to go deeper into one of the goals that we have for the semester, and that has to do with effectiveness of communication in written texts. Okay, so this is an assignment that you need to finish before. I mean, you've got basically a little bit like I don't know, almost like 50 minutes for doing this. And this is what you guys are going to do. I'm going to copy paste the instruction to the assignment right here. on the chat box so you can read it there, but I'm also going to explain it, of course. So we are going to write a short story, okay? We are going to write a short story. Give me a second. And by short, I mean very short. Look at this. It must be a 500 to 800 words story, which means that it would be less than 1 page. Okay, and what you guys have to do is you have to use Shakespeare words, phrases, and lines meaningfully. So we have explored both the words and phrases. And I don't remember, I don't know, guys, sentences. I'm sorry, and lines. I don't know if you guys have the 2 files that I shared with you, because yesterday I shared 2 other files in which in one of them you had some words, and in the other you had the lines. So I don't know if you guys still have that, because that's key for this exercise. Do you have that, guys? Well, I assume you do. So so guys, this is what we're gonna do. You guys are going to use Shakespeare's words, phrases, and lines meaningfully, and that includes using a word, phrase, or line as an opening with an engaging hook, which means that you need to start that story with one of these lines. Okay, so you will start. Just to give you an example, if you start with one of those lines that we have explored today, so you could start something like, "It is a wise father that knows his own child. Jim has always thought that he could have blah blah blah." You see, so you can continue with the line. So you need to start your story with one Shakespearean line. So that's going to set the tone of the text. In other words, we could say that the topic sentence of the first paragraph of your story is going to be a Shakespearean line. You see? Guys, pay attention. Doing this well is going to serve you as a very good way to remember what a topic sentence is. I mean, we said that the topic sentence is the sentence that we use at the beginning of the text to introduce the topic, to set the tone of the whole text, of the whole paragraph, to tell your readers what you're going to talk about. Well, let me tell you something. No topic sentence can be somehow better than a Shakespearean line. You see, I mean, if you have a topic sentence by Shakespeare, chances are that you are starting the text very well. You see? So that's it, guys. The very first line of your text is going to be a Shakespearean line. And then you continue developing the text. But remember, it's a story. It's not an essay. It's not an essay. It's not any other kind of text. It's a short story. And it has to be from 500 to 800 words, which means that it's going to be very, very short. It will be way less than a page. So that's basically what we need to do. I'm looking for the links. Give me a second. Let me see, because look, I'm going to share again, just in case, with you guys the line. Okay, so at the beginning, you use this Shakespearean line. It means that the very first sentence is one Shakespeare line. And then it's like Shakespeare line, period, and then you continue the story. You see? Remember, the Shakespearean line is going to be your topic sentence. And then you continue developing the story. Be extremely careful with punctuation, guys. The mistake, the error number one I've seen in your texts is when you guys write super long sentences. Some cases in which we have one paragraph with one sentence. That is not possible, not even in Spanish, to be honest. So be careful with punctuation. It's better if you feel like you are using punctuation a little bit too much than not using it at all. Okay, so it's better to use a little bit too much punctuation rather than not using it. So be careful with that. And remember, it's a story, so you have to be very careful with the tenses and everything. Okay, guys. So it is as simple as that. I'm also give me a second as I will look for. You guys also have the I can see that you also guys have access to the words. So the link that I shared before is the lines, and now I'm sharing the words. So you have to make sure to include them. So to do that, guys, as you write the text, please highlight in a different color the words and expressions you are using from Shakespeare. So for instance, by the end, you would have a single piece of text with, black letters, let's say black words, but the expressions and words by Shakespeare, please highlight them in another color, green, orange, pink is your decision, but they have to be highlighted because I also would like to see that, that picture over there. Okay, guys, so that's what we're gonna do. I don't know if you have any question about that, guys.
No, teacher.
No questions? Okay, guys. So I'm going to create a space on Moodle right now because this is going to be a grade. Okay, so we are going to grade this activity. So this is a class activity. Those who perhaps are not here for any reason, if they've got an excuse, I've got one person who already contacted me, and so no problem with that person. But just in case, guys, if any of your classmates asks you about this, if they've got the excuse, they can present the activity later because this is a class activity. So that means that this is something we are going to do in the context of the class itself. So it's not something which is expected to be done later. So let me see. You can start now, by the way, because I'm just creating the space and then I will let you know exactly where that is. And that is it's the week number 8.
Teacher, this activity is individual or in the same group?
Yes, this is individual. Oh, I just forgot something super important. This is to be done individually, okay? This is absolutely individual. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I just forgot to say that. So yeah.
Teacher, only to confirm, we don't have to use like super big expressions. We can like write like good, but normal, like we normally do, right?
Yeah, it's not like the text has to be only Shakespearean lines. No. You can use your own English, but the point is that you need to also use these lines and expressions along. It doesn't mean that, oh, by the way, it doesn't mean that you have to use, for instance, several Shakespearean lines, because sometimes they might not combine and that would be just weird. You have to make sure that you have one Shakespearean line at the beginning. So that means that you need to have at least one line. And then for the rest of the text, you can use only words, which are easy to combine, let's say. Because if you use a lot of lines, that would sound very weird and artificial.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm just creating the assignment here. So you can present from 8:45, I think. And the limit would be today, let's say 9:30.
Teacher, what is the time limit of this activity?
9:30. 9:30. So it's basically the class, but the actual time limit would be 9:30. And 9:30, it will be just closed. And you don't need to upload anything. You just need to copy paste your text in the assignment, and that is it. Okay. No.
Teacher,
Yep.
we can extend the time limit because I mean 9:30 is like close and we have other classes, maybe 2 p.m.
No,
if
but
we
it actually would be just until 9, actually, because you get
ah
40 minutes for that.
okay.
It's 40 minutes. Actually, you have in this moment 40 minutes for that. And those 30 extra minutes are just, I don't know, like super optional. So yeah, imagine that you're presenting your
Okay.
test. So that makes
Okay.
it a little bit more motivating. Yeah. And I'll be here all the time, by the way, just in case. I already created the assignment on Moodle. It's on the week number 8. Okay, it's called Story Shakespearean Lines. So that's where you have to copy paste your text. As you can see, the limit of words is 800, and the minimum is 500. So it must be from 500 to 800. do not forget that this assignment goes in the week number 8 on Moodle. You can find it there. In case you've got any problem uploading your information, just let me know, but I just double checked and it's right there. So that would be it, guys. So
Teacher,
yes,
but it says due to Friday, 1st October at 9 a.m. Time remaining 30 minutes, 25 seconds.
yeah, it's like
So-
I know, but it remember that there's always a time for handling the task. So it's like the official time, which in this case is 9, but there's also a starting time and end time. So the assignments can be uploaded from 8:45 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. So it doesn't matter. If you try to upload it in this moment, it will allow you to do it until 9:30. Okay. Okay, guys. So don't you
Yes,
guys
teacher.
get confused for that, because I know it looks a little bit confusing when you see all these dates, but as I said, if you read literally, it says this: permitir entregas desde las 8:45, fecha de entrega 9 y fecha límite 9:30. O sea que literalmente va desde las 8:45 hasta las 9:30. So guys, that's it. So thank you very much for your time and your participation today. You still have some minutes to finish your stories and then upload them. And that's it. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you on Monday.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Guys, have
Thank
a
you.
good one.
Bye, see you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.